Hey y'all, I am trying to get used to going live more, so I thought I'd come out here on the back porch and I'm doing some editing for the Write Addiction right now, so I thought, might as well go ahead and go live. Mm. If you hear strange noises, just know that the squirrels in my backyard are squirreling. I mean, they are chasing tail, literally. So hopefully that won't be too distracting. But since I was doing these edits on the Write Addiction, and for those of you who don't know, I run a group blog called The Write Addiction. I've been running it for many, many years now, and it's a collection of writers of nonfiction, creative nonfiction and nonfiction, um, who the main staff, we all write, we commit to writing once a week and sharing with others the things that come into our heads that we feel need to be shared. And so I wrangled a number of my friends into the idea of doing this some time back, largely because we all have a talent for writing. That's not puffing up, it's just a fact. And we were just throwing all this writing onto Facebook, and it just offended me. It's back when notes were a big thing. Um, it doesn't offend me to share stuff on Facebook. It offends me that we will, in a moment of inspiration and passion, put really meaningful, meaty things onto a social media platform, and then it just gets buried down in a timeline until somebody finds it, and then they put a comment on it like 14 years later. Um, and it's harder for people to come upon it than if you put it someplace where people are looking for your writings to be archived somewhere. And so I came up with this idea that I was like, I've tried doing blogs on my own, and it's hard to maintain a blog solo. Everyone will tell you that who's gotten into it and gotten out. But I said, hey, what if I can curate a space where several of us can go ahead and say, let's share the load. We know that for blogs to have any chance of becoming highly visible, you need to have consistent content. And why should any one person take that on their backs when we're also trying to live lives, raise families, all that kind of stuff, work jobs? So the Write Addiction was born, and the first iteration looked nothing like what it looks like now. It's so funny to think back on that. I wonder if I can find some old pictures. I should try to find them somewhere. I'm sure I did some screenshots at some point, and they're probably in some kind of online storage. But um, gosh, that was in 2014 when I first launched that. First launched this blog. We can talk. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Not sure why my tongue was getting tripped up there, but yeah, it's been quite a journey. But I thought maybe I'd jump on here and tell you a little bit more about um, 10 things I love about running this blog. And as is normal with these kinds of lists, I'm sure that I'm going to have 10 things that drive me crazy about this blog that'll come out at another time. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see when I'm inspired to do that one. But today we're all about the love. So, 10 things that I love about my blog is number one's got to be my staff. I know every single one of my staff members. We have intersected with each other in the world of the real in some way, shape, or form, and it's just really a blessing to be able to still connect with these individuals in the way that I'm able to through this. Um, Most of us do not live in the same cities or even states. And so this has been something that kept our tie and connection. Some of these people have never met one another, but they all know me. That's what they have in common. So seeing that kind of diversity, regional, lived life, lived experience, all that kind of stuff is really kind of neat to see how it mashes up on the blog sometimes. And every once in a while, I can trick them into working on things collaboratively, and that's fun too. I like stirring the pot, in case y'all can't tell. But yeah, number one's definitely got to be my staff, and we have some folks who are what I call affectionately my backbenchers. They're the folks who do not write weekly, but do write at least 4 times a year. They occupy the backbench, and so you often will see them pop up on Fridays. That's the day they tend to contribute. And by the way, while I'm talking about it, Fridays are actually a new experiment this year. I wanted to try. It's what do I call it, Freestyle Friday, And that's the day that other people who maybe you're thinking about starting a blog or have done a blog and weren't able to do it, but you do want to have a place occasionally to submit things to be published. Friday is the day that people who are not regular staff members can apply, submit, an idea that they want to write about, and then we review it and see if it's something that fits with what it is that we do. Um, so that it can be published on the Write Addiction. And that's just purely if you want to contribute to the blog. No one on the staff is paid to submit their writing. This is something that people do because they are adopting the discipline of making sure they write every day. And in that way, they work on refining the craft and making it better. And also, one thing I've really loved about the design of this, which kind of flows into my number two thing that I love about this blog. I do enjoy structure and design to a point, and especially when it's like figuring out how to make something that didn't exist before. So when people write consistently, not only do they improve their craft, but they also create a portfolio. And it's been a joy to watch many of the people who, when they start off with me, they were like, "Oh, I wish I had time to write. I don't know when I'm ever going to find the time to go ahead and write because I've got this going on and that going on and whatnot." And I'm like, "You finding time to write on Facebook? Y'all know what I'm talking about." So I was like, time was not the issue. It was about the structure to fit it into your life in the way it needed to. So number two thing I love about it is the structure and design aspects of it. So it's been really fun with this recent rebranding to tweak the look of it a little bit. Writer, every main writer this year has a brand new author page on the blog, and I'm just really enjoying it. I love it. It was fun because I got to go ahead and tweak some of my other creative bones or skills. Oh, you jumped out of my ear. Okay. Um, let's see. Third would have to be the act. I love the act of creation. And I guess I kind of alluded to that in the last one where I like figuring out how to make things work. um, if there is an existing structure that supports something, then I don't have any problem dealing with theoretical of figuring out how to make something to fit the need. And that's fun for me. Mm. Oh, y'all, this pollen. Water is wonderful. Okay. Fourth thing I have to say is the aspects of revelation. When people recognize or realize that they can do something that they didn't think they could do. Like I literally have people who have years worth of writing samples now that they can pull from and decide if they want to tweak and edit something and self-publish or submit something for publication. And there are people in the Write Addiction who have been able to do that since they began their time here. Um, they've published books. They've submitted to other blogs. Some people have gotten paid. It's a beautiful thing. So the revelation that you can do something that you didn't think you could do, that's been fun, and learning new things about people. Writing can be very therapeutic for people who have this leaning, and some people have an easier time writing than they do actually speaking with you know their vocal cords and whatnot. So that's nice to see too. Number five has definitely got to be the creativity. Oh man. So I'm one of those ones who will write whatever it is that I feel like. We have some folks who are firmly fixed in the world of the nonfiction. And then we have some who also are pretty firmly fixed in the realm of fiction. And I mean, there have been some incredible little short stories and story starters and things like that, and snippets of works, larger works that people have been working on that they've shared on the blog across the years. So, if you haven't ever gone over there, I don't know what's wrong with you, because I mean, it's free stuff to read. It's free. What's better than free? I really enjoy it. I go back and read my folks all the time. Another thing that I love about it is the commitment. One thing I am a complete drill sergeant about is that the folks who are on the Write Addiction have to get there's the two levels I described. There are the folks who there's a certain number of times. It's this year the rule is 4. You have to publish something 4 times a year to be able to stay on the staff for that year. And that's just because I figure, asking somebody to write something once a quarter is not a big deal, or to do a little mini series, it's not a big deal. Just about everybody can figure out how to do that. But for those who commit to saying they want to be a weekly writer, I expect them to be a weekly writer. And some of them probably kind of look at my picture and like, sometimes when they don't really feel like it. But that's a rule. It's part of the proof of concept. And so I really do like the commitment. And as my staff commits to doing it, I don't ask anybody to do something I don't do. And we tend to look out and have each other's backs in case something happens, because life can happen. And we have a little group that we can send up a little SOS, like, hey, I need some help. I got something, my kid, had to go to the hospital because they broke their arm climbing a tree or something. So, it's nice to have a team that can pop in and help. And that's one of the places where those backbenchers come in handy too. Love y'all. Number 7 is probably the data proof of it all. Like, a lot of all of my writers are people who have other jobs. They are not full-time creative or nonfiction writers. I don't think anybody actually has a career in the world of publishing, to tell the truth. So the Write Addiction, the model of it all, that structure and design I was talking about, it has now evidence since 2014 that it is possible to create a method that is accessible and can yield successful product in the form of writing using a group blog format. And if you structure it so that it makes it simple and easy for people to get to it, and they get used to the habit of doing it, they know that people are going to be looking for their writing within the team to show up once a week, you can grow a portfolio. And I love that we now have these portfolios, and everybody is indexed on their author page. So that's part of what I'm doing today. I have to go and update the indexes for the pages of those who have not learned how to do it for themselves yet, even though I've done the training video. All right, staff. Number 8. I love being witness to the growth of everybody who's gotten in on this. Not everyone who started off on the Write Addiction decided to stay with the Write Addiction. And I still love them. They just, it wasn't the right fit for them, and they moved on to other things. But a lot of the people who started off stayed. And having the opportunity to witness their growth and confidence and their boldness in going after the things that they want to do, writing related and otherwise, has been fantastic. I mean, people who don't like being on camera or on camera now. People who never thought they'd do a podcast have done podcasts. Folks who thought they never published a book have published books, and I love it. I just love it. Which kind of flows straight into the number 9 for me. The slaying of I wish I woulda coulda. For those who don't know me, let me tell you, I am not the one to approach saying, oh, I wish I could figure out how I could do this, or I wish I would, or I wish I could do this. I'm not the one, because you know what happens? My staff will tell you. I'm the one who's going to go ahead and what? I'm going, oh, all right, this is what you want to do? Okay, let's sit down, let's make a plan. Where are your resources? Where's your time? Where's the thing? Da, 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 da. What's your timeline for this? When do you have to get this done? I am a doer. I'm not the one to just casually mention, I have a goal of wanting to do something, because I'm about, let's go get this goal done, because I can't wait to see what it is that you are wanting to produce and share it with the world. So I love that I get to witness the slaying of I wish I woulda coulda. I hate that whole we'll see mentality, or if the fates allow, I can't. It's disgusting. Yeah, I'm not the one. Don't tell me your dreams unless you want me to help you go ahead and build a dream. Or let me know, hey, I'm just spitballing this. I really don't want to do this. I just want to, and I'm probably going to be like, okay, and I'll be there, but I won't be there. And number 10 is the connection. So that just brings me back around to my people, to my staff, who I love and adore for supporting this dream of mine and allowing me to help support their dream of writing. I love them. I love the connection of that all, but I also love the opportunity to connect with others. Um, and this may be a little foreshadowing for the next list. There are things that we don't do on the staff, and there are consequences to every choice that you make and whatnot. We don't chase trends. I don't try to force people to write on a certain kind of thing. I'll give prompts and whatnot if it looks like people are having trouble coming up with ideas, and they can choose from a bag of tricks or whatever. But I really am big about everyone feeling free to do what it is they think that they need to do, and I'm big about people trying to identify their own voice, because that is so very important for people to know their voice and to stay planted and firm in their voice, particularly when you're a storyteller, when you're a writer. You don't want to just, do that thing like that person, or do that thing like this. You want to be you. Otherwise, what are people looking at you for? I mean, if somebody wanted to um, see a story told through the perspective of James Cameron, they're going to go watch James Cameron. They're not going to want to watch you do James Cameron. Nah. So, yeah, the connecting with other folks, we have not grown as fast as some blogs have, and I'm not looking to throw shade on anybody, but there's some things we just aren't going to do. We this is not a news blog. This is not a fashion following blog or a celebrity blog. This is a bit of a creative social experiment to create an incubator for writers. Writers who are not necessarily at this stage in their life afforded the opportunity to be in a writers commune, where that's what they get to focus on, and they have speakers come in and they do activities and refine their things. This is a virtual incubator for creatives who are looking to write. And we've got screenwriters, um, we've got novelists, we've got short story writers, we've got folks who do like to do essays, we have folks who are poets, we have people who do just about everything you can imagine. There are a number of us who are nerdy as they come, and we get into the whole fan fiction of it all sometimes, Marvel, DC, the independents, all that kind of stuff. We have folks who are very cost driven. Um, Many of us believe in buying black, unashamedly, supporting black creatives, black business, and everything like that. But we also want everybody else to be good as well. So um, we're firm in those choices. We're good with those choices. And we connect with those who are willing. And so I guess I'll stop it there, because I need to go ahead and finish doing these little index updates and whatnot. But I hope you guys like these. I already did my video for today, so this isn't necessarily a Veda video, but I guess it is kind of one of the results of Veda. I'm getting so much more accustomed to doing videos now. So. Oh, I'm doing these for me though, mostly. To be honest, y'all. I love it if you guys want to come along with it, but I'm mostly doing this for me because I am stepping into using my voice in a more pronounced way, I guess. All right, I'm gonna enjoy this peace and harmony back here a little bit. Hope y'all have a good one. And I do have a new video up today, and I'll definitely have another one up tomorrow. So thank y'all. Have a good one.